Alright, so I played a couple games, played on this mouse for a good 2-3 hours, and I think I'm going to try to give my thoughts on it for review. So let's just go to the points of contention with rid of reviews. Clicks, a lot of reviews talked about post-travel, and honestly on these it's not too bad. Pre-travel is almost non-existent and just sort of, you might be able to hear my brother, hopefully not. You can, so pre-travel is is a little bit, but you know, nothing non-standard. Post-travel is actually mostly fixed. I wouldn't go as far to say it's good, but it's not a major issue. These clicks are fine. No wobble either, so I don't really test click wobble. I don't really think it's relevant in most cases. Scroll wheel, it's fine, but sometimes it kind of feels a little thin, because like you can't really like scroll with plastic, but it's got this thin little green. I don't know, might not be a problem. Probably just a big hands thing. Side buttons are very, very good. Very little pre or post travel and pretty decently defined. The back one feels a bit hollow, but that's on like every mouse, I swear. And then the holes. So if you have never used a hole mice, because this has holes in the side, Model D doesn't, so, or any of the Glorious mice, or a lot of ultralights really. You aren't actually touching any physical holes, no matter what. This one, if you fingertip grip, you still are not touching any actual holes, but you have these on the side, which always seem to grab my pinky finger. Now, here's what I think Cooler Mouse should do. Either you commit, make the entire mouse holes and save a bit of weight, or you get rid of the holes. You can't try to do this crappy method to have it both ways, guys. But you could just put like grip tape there and it'd be all good. So I'll accept it. And in coding, I usually don't talk about coatings because honestly I don't really care too much. But this one did seem a little more sweaty than others, but pretty good for dry clicking, so take that as you wish. And shape, kind of hard to explain because I can't really compare it to anything. But it's a small mouse, but it's also pretty wide, and the hump's also kind of far back. This might be able to tell. So for someone like me, claw grip is definitely possible. So, but even if I rest my palm to grab, I have to go pretty aggressive. It's a little too small for that. For fingertip though, it should work. And I have really large hands, like 20 by 5 by 11. So yeah. And build quality, well, you can press into side buttons from the side, and that's an issue because it kind of has bad build quality, but at least side walls don't flex in a scary amount. They flex a little bit. That's not. This back one doesn't seem to flex. Bottom, who cares? Top, and the clicks can kind of flex weird sometimes, but it's not as bad as I saw in some of the earlier reviews. And sensor-wise, it's 3389. It's fine. No, I'm not going to talk about it because you're not going to have any problems with the sensor. And the feet are PTFE, but there is one little problem. So if you ever go like this, it'll scratch against the mouse pad, which can get annoying. So it's like kind of scratchy. It's kind of annoying. How Cooler Master should fix this, honestly, is just smooth this out, which is probably not hard to do, but come on, guys. I didn't do a proper glide test, so here we go. Scratches, that's good to keep. Very little actual scratching, but if you have to like, it does scratch a bit when you like move it like that. So yeah, when you tilt it, it scratches because there's no mouse feet there, but the mouse feet themselves are really good. And the cable of the mouse, I forgot to mention about, but it is extremely good. As you can tell, it's not moving the mouse around at all. It's probably one of the best mouse cables I've ever used on a stock mouse. So you'd have no need to paracord this unless you just want to change color. And then weight, this mouse is extremely light at 53 grams, or 54 on my scale. Or actually 56, my scale's kind of broken, and Model D weighed in about 2 grams heavier than I expected, so 54. The Model D actually, compared to this, feels heavy as crap, man. You could feel the 20 grams difference. this feels a lot heavier. But it's also a lot larger, so fair enough. And with that weight, it's going to be a bit of a learning curve, especially if you're like coming from like a, well, basically any of Razer's mice or any Logitech mouse, except for like the super expensive ones, or from, there's a lot of mice. If you're transitioning from them, this is not going to feel great. If you transition from an office mouse, you'll probably be okay. Then let's talk about the software, which is right here. There isn't too much in here because there's no RGB, but it's also well set up. Like, I gotta give them credit for that because everything's just in one place. So you get a mouse sensitivity DPI. You can set it up to 32,000. Actually, what's the highest you can set it up? Oh god, can I even like get it? Wow, that is horrible. I ended up setting that at 100, but that's kind of irrelevant. Then you can set an angle to sensitivity, angle snapping, lift off distance. You can also set button respawn time, which I believe is debounce. You can adjust it in increments of 4 up to 32 milliseconds for some reason. With Minecraft at least, because that is what I play. With most games, 95% of the time, if you don't mind double clicks, if you don't mind an occasional double click, just set it down to 4 ms. But for some Minecraft servers, they do not allow modding it, and it comes at 12 ms. I believe it's 12 ms default, or no, I think it might be 4 ms default. I'm not sure what the default was, but I make sure to set it up 12 ms on some Minecraft servers, which is what I play. But for other games, I just set it down to 4. And then you have macros. You can have like mouse profiles. This is really basic software, but no real issues with it. Oh, it says profile that it changed. Okay, it's fine software overall. This mouse does have a couple flaws, like the scratchy. This is the main one. Like, come on, guys, smooth it out. That's just lazy. But for $50, I'm okay with like 1 or 2 minor QC issues. And this mouse actually sells for about 40 generally, so yeah. And so for $50, you get super light mouse with a decently good shape, good build quality, and good clicks, okay clicks, and good sensor. This is an easy suggestion for people who want an ultra light small mouse, and for people who don't want that, for people who don't want that, I think a G203 or something is sort of similar size-ish, although they're completely different shapes. And also, just FYI, this mouse is, my pinky finger did cramp sort of a little bit. It feels a bit off, because if you use rocket jump into this 3-finger rule, my fingers are hard. This mouse is a little too small for me technically, but I was able to work with it. And you could probably just like apply like a bit of grip tape, make it a bit thicker, and you'd be good. So yeah, overall, very good mouse. And if you enjoyed watching this, please engage somehow. I don't even care if you. And if you don't enjoy, leave a dislike so I know. Thanks. Bye. Also, I forgot to mention in this review the existence of the M711, which is basically just this, but a few grams heavier with RGB. This mouse does not have RGB. The M711 does. So it's up to you if you want to give up, if you want to have a mouse that's a couple grams heavier with RGB. Personally, if you just want that, that's what I'd go with, but it's always your choice, of course.